What's up, everyone? It's Justin from Is It Scary, Wisconsin, and I am joined here on a cold December day by my best friend, Gage. Tonight, we are reviewing Green Bay Fear, The Dead of Winter. Special Christmas time, winter-themed, whatever.
Slash vampire.
Slash victim. Custom haunt. First of all, let me just say, it is quite cold, so I've made sure to tuck myself in. And I do wish I had that with me tonight because, man, it was cold out there.
It was.
But what's the first thing we see when we walk up? A nice little bonfire right at the base of the house where we normally go in for the house portion of the Green Bay Fear Haunted House. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we're talking with some of the people there at the house. They were just kind of, chatting with us, chatting us up a little bit, kind of, helping to break up that time in between the groups, right? Mm-hmm. We had one of the group walk in right before us. It wasn't like it was it wasn't like it's a 30-minute wait or anything when we got there. And then we waited maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes, and we got to go in. Gage, let's talk about this. The Dead of Winter at Green Bay Fear. Give me your thoughts on this going into it. Before we ever walked into the house, $10 buy-in ticket price a person in December. What did you think? What did you think we were getting ourselves into?
First of all, walking up to it, I do like how they turn off all the lights and stuff. I mean, it makes sense. Vampires, no light, that works great. So you can see, look at the mansion, usually it's kind of lit up. It's got some cool little different color lights, stuff like that. Did not, which again fits the theme. There was police lights in the woods. I didn't notice that. I mean, I saw it, but I never put 2 and 2 together until the gal on the helping us wait. And
she told us that they were there.
It's been a while. I did a review video. Gosh, I can get back into it.
Yeah, she told us those are there, for you guys. They're here for you guys to help you guys get through.
Yeah,
so it's like
adding a little story before you go into.
Yeah, and I really liked that, right? Because we've been to Green Bay Fear so many times, right? And it's like by the time I get through there, I'm like, okay, Fearsteins, your family, this family, blah blah blah. So I've seen this every year. Give me something different. And that's exactly what they did tonight.
Yep.
They brought something different. The police lights, the whatever that was in the car, that was a really nice touch. And I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that general outside feel. Mm-hmm. So, do you want to talk about when we walked into the house?
As soon as we walk in, I was expecting like a 5-minute long speech.
I was too. I'm like, well, because we're walking in, right? And I'm like, here we go again. It's the Fearstein. You people did this to us and blah, blah, blah. And it didn't happen.
The guy gets told us to turn around or stop there.
He's like, stop. He's like, don't come any closer. As soon as he does that, I'm looking around the room, I'm not even paying attention. Because whenever I walk in there, I'm like, okay, same shit, different day. Here we go. So I'm just kind of like, doodly-do. And all of a sudden I hear this dude scream and I look, and this chick or other dude or somebody's tackling him, mugging him, doing a kill scene. Boom, right there as soon as we walk in.
Telling us to run, get out, and get into the house stuff.
And I'm just watching this oh. Shit!
It came out of nowhere.
That
was the theme for the whole night.
Yeah, the whole house was like, wow, that was an RKO from out of nowhere. It was really good, actually. I didn't see that first room coming. That's the only room I want to actually give a specific. I guess it's not really a spoiler since tonight was their last night for the event, but that's the only room I really want to talk about in depth. We walk in, this dude's telling us, go back, and all of a sudden this person leaps on him, starts snarling like you see in one of them 28 Days Later movies or something. Mm-hmm. It was nuts, dude. It was freaking nuts. And it was so well done. I was actually chatting with a friend of mine, and she was kind of giving me a little bit of feedback too. And the number one consensus that we both gave was the actor to, and you gave it too, the actor to actor interaction tonight was the best I've ever seen from Green Bay Fair. Mm-hmm. No question. It's the best I've ever seen from Green Bay Fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No holds bar.
So after that first room, after the whole like general pacing of the haunt changed, What did you think?
It really stuck with that consistent, just out of nowhere dark scares and stuff like that.
Like, and how about that, dude? Right? You say dark scares. How well did they use those dark corners? Because how many times have I said there should be somebody there? There should be somebody there
throughout the years.
And it's like tonight there was somebody there.
Yeah,
almost every single one of those spots.
And it was scary, actually.
There was some great jump scares.
How we iterated every time we went to it. It's always fun. It's not too scary, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, yes, but it was scary.
Yeah, there were some really good jump scares.
There were some good scares. They scared me a few times. I wasn't expecting someone to come right over my shoulder growling at me and stuff.
There was plenty of the younger actors that like came out of those corners.
They did a great job.
Oh my God, did they?
There was that, I don't know exactly what room it was, but it was that guy running towards us saying, whatever, are you zombie, vampire? And there was a kid actor that just came up and tackled him from the back, and I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, like I was watching the and I understand that like a lot of these guys, you know, they work together, right? So like these like I'll come at you and I'll hang over your left side, or I'll come at you and I'll hang over your right side, or I'll wrap my arms around you and I'll pull you backwards, right? Like this is obviously all worked out before the show starts, right? Like these guys know who they're working with. The actors know each other pretty well, at least they should if they're going to be doing this kind of person-to-person interactions. And I mean, like, there were moments tonight where I was legitimately watching and going, how are they not getting hurt? They're doing this all night long. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no way.
They gotta have some bruises.
They got it. They have to. They have to. So, I was, yeah. My hope is that tonight's performance translates into next haunt season. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to take away from the Dead of Winter, because the Dead of Winter was really good.
Let's go ahead and throw out here. Thank God it's not another Krampus thing. Krampus.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't need another
Everyone
Krampus.
Always does a Christmas Krampus.
We don't need another Krampus.
This wasn't. This was vampires. That's cool.
This was like vampires.
Yeah.
This was like actual like actors like being attacked by these creatures. You know,
They were going at it.
They were right. There was plenty of it. Like there were plenty of times where I was like, "Are you okay?" Like they just tackled you. It was good. It was good. But my hope after seeing this, because I actually have talked to a few people that work there, and they're like, well, you know, you guys talk about it all the time. It's more fun than it is scary, right? And actually, from what I'm hearing, I can't corroborate anything. I can't confirm anything. But from what I'm hearing, they are working on making Green Bay Fear scarier.
So looking forward to that.
And if tonight is any indication, in all seriousness, if tonight is any indication of what we can expect in the future, I think the future is really bright for Green Bay Fear.
Use darkness.
Because
they did it well.
I mean, they really, I'm telling you, dude, they had those corners well.
And actually, the lights casting shadows, they did it perfectly. They executed on every corner, and with the lighting, you can't even tell. Sometimes I thought it was a wall. Yeah. It was that pitch black in some corners.
There were times where, like you said, we thought it was the wall, or we thought it was one of the statues, and all of a sudden, like, they just, like, leap out of it, like, freaking arms, like, all over the place. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. We actually had a fellow friend of ours write into us, leave us a little voice message. We're going to play that. We want to get him another customer's perspective. Bree seemed pretty excited about it in her video. Obviously, I watched it before we did this. But she has some nice things to say for Green Bay Fear, so let's go ahead. Let's play that right now. Give him a little love from a fellow customer. Not a reviewer, but from a fellow customer, yet another customer standpoint for Green Bay Fear. So this is for you guys. This is what happens when I try to...
Technical difficulties.
Hey, it's Bree. I think the haunted house was pretty decent. I mean, the scare actors were right on top of things. There was a scare around every corner. You didn't get bored walking through it. There was just like boom, boom, boom scares like everywhere. So that was pretty cool. You didn't get like stuck in a little area where you're like, it's kind of dead right here. No, everybody was on top of things. There was actors throughout the whole house, in the halls, everywhere, and I think it was an amazing theme that they went with this year. Well, this little holiday thing that they had. And yeah, overall I think I would probably rate it a good 8 out of 10. I mean, they were really, really on top of that. So I don't really know what else to say, but they were all really energetic, and I'm very happy that I got to go through Green Bay Fair. You did a good job for Christmas.
So obviously, huge shout out to Bree for her support and sending that our way. But right, you see that kind of positive customer feedback. Now, of course, we're not shills for Green Bay Fair. We've come on here plenty of times and said,
We've had to bag on a few things.
we've come on here plenty of times and said, I'm not saying it was terrible, but it could have been done better. So, we don't shill for Green Bay Fair. We don't shill for any of the haunts. But tonight, honestly, was one of their better performances. Energy-wise, I thought the actors, just like Bree said, totally on point. Totally on point. They were all over the place. They were using those corners, and even some of them were like moving in between like some of the props, and like they were hanging through some of the props, like reaching at you and stuff. I thought that was all really well done. My general, overall thought on tonight's performance, I need to see tonight's energy, scare level, and actor-to-actor interaction, which I talk about all the time. I want a kill scene at my haunt. I want one of the actors to just come up and freaking murder one of the other actors. Yeah, not actually hurt them, but I want to feel like I'm right there. I want to feel like I'm in that scene from Scream. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see tonight's energy and tonight's performance translate into next year's haunt at Green Bay Fair, because tonight, for $10, I am bestowing a 9.5 out of 10. I was really impressed. I was super, super impressed. Green Bay Fair, seriously, congratulations. I was very impressed tonight.
We have to touch on MVP actors also.
We will.
I feel like my best MVP actor would have to be the actors or the group in the garden.
They were good.
They were really good. The gentleman, the human, walking us through it while he's also talking about the vampires going feral because he's not feeding them. He's like, I like to watch him sometimes. So that was a pretty cool interaction walking through there. But
the whole time they're reaching through trying to get to us.
They're reaching out to you and like literally coming close to my face a lot of times, which is good because they're not touching you and they're getting close as possible. So
it's supposed to give you a sense of being uncomfortable without actually touching your face.
Exactly. So they did a great job, both the actor, human, and the vampire actors. They did a great job getting close.
Yeah, so on Saturday the 18th, whoever worked in the garden, you guys were awesome.
Yep. MVP actor?
The two at the start. The two in the first room, because I didn't expect it. They caught me off guard. I was actually was looking like at the wall, kind of seeing if they changed anything. And then all of a sudden I hear this, and I look, and this dude's on the ground. And I'm like, what? And you're like, come on, Justin. And I'm like, is he okay?
Let me go ahead and add. They did the what was it? The fireplace too. They came out and tried to scare you there too.
Yeah, because I come around that corner, I'm going through, I'm like, okay, he's dead, I think. You okay? And boom, right in my ear, right in my face. This actor comes out of the darkness. I'm like, well, they got me. I mean, and I tried to play it off like they didn't, but you even turn around, you're like, did they scare? I'm like, kind of, yeah.
That would have scared me.
Yeah, they got me because I didn't even know they were there. So, I'm giving it those are my MVP actors. The ones at the start of the house with the very initial kill scene right away out of the gate. And again, my rating 9.5 out of 10 at a $10 price point. And actually, I kind of wish I knew that this was what it was going to be, because I would have tried to go a second time, because this was really good. I enjoyed it.
My ratings, I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10 too.
Yeah.
It's just it surprised me. They did more of a horror thing than it was kind of fun. So they definitely got after you.
Yeah.
They got in your personal space. They did a great job. The actors were on point. For the lack, I want to say lack of like props, because I mean you can't really see anything. That's a point.
Yeah.
They really covered it well. So like I said, 9 out of 10. I'm just thinking there's got to be a question asked.
Yeah. There is a question asked, but I do want to make sure that I hit one criticism tonight, because I don't want it to sound like I'm just shilling for Green Bay Fair. Who's ever in the last room, I'm not gonna get too specific. I'm not gonna get too down on anybody. But who's ever in that last room and this will translate into this next year too, you must give a good final scare. Period. That's all I have to say about it.
It's always like a corner scare. You always expect it.
Yeah.
It's always there.
There's got to be, in the very last room before you open the door and walk out of the house, there must either be a really good scare in that room or a scare right outside of that room.
Right.
There needs to be something different there.
You just always expect it there. So that is like the only tidbit. That's what probably keep me from a 10 at that point, or 9.5 out of 10. It's just the ending room. It's always predictable. So that can, hey, they got a whole year to start making some changes. I'm looking forward to those changes. I'm looking forward to see what 2022 brings.
After seeing tonight's performance, I'm really excited for 2022.
I want to see it scary. That would be fun.
But Gage, in the meantime, the viewers, they come here for one reason. Let's be real, guys. There is a question we have to ask about the Green Bay Fear Dead of Winter.
Well, let me ask you, was it dark?
Yes.
Well, just as much as it was dark, it was scary. Yes. Is it scary, Wisconsin?
I think so. Your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed our breakdown and review here, and we'll see you right here next time.